My lovely chauffeur. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. First day out of the house post-surgery. And where are we going? Doctor's appointment. Just not mine. We're going for Henry's. Little update. My ear still really hurts. Dana's awesome. It feels weird not driving. That is all.
You can take some stuff when you get home?
So one question I've gotten so far is, if they did surgery on your ear, how are you wearing glasses? This is not my first rodeo. This is an old pair that I took the stem off of. So I do look like an old man all the times they're slipping off. But it does the job. Henry's doctor's appointment went well. Now he's going to have him tested. We're going to find out if he's an alien or not. Henry, are you an alien?
Wait, what?
Don't make Daddy laugh too hard, that hurt. I did take out my cotton ball. They told me to let it breathe. It's going to sound gross, and I apologize ahead of time. I can already feel like the blood and the juice starting to come out. So maybe that was a mistake to do it in the car. Next stop, home. Right?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about doing a live stream. Just instead of editing and just whatever. I just discovered right now I can actually do it through the Pocket 3 through the app. Kind of cool. I think Dana's doing something on purpose right now. I haven't asked her yet. She still has my wallet since before the surgery.
Sorry.
This was on purpose, wasn't it?
No, but
Because I've seen several things because I've had nothing to do but watch YouTube and listen to podcasts the last few days. There's new camera stuff.
I mean, now that I think of it, it's a good thing because you like to order stuff in your sleep.
She's not wrong. But to be fair though, what do I mostly do? I order stuff and I
Pay bills.
I did pay bills the other night because all that card my stuff is saved. Because I haven't been sleeping very well. I've been banned to the couch.
Oh my god.
Not because of her, because our kids are jerks. My back is killing me though. I gotta sleep in the bed. It was nice to get out of the house. I've been stuck in the house for the last 3 days. But I just want to go sit on the couch. If y'all watched a video that I made the day of the surgery, the parts where I wrote, I don't remember any of this. I legitimately don't remember any of it because of the anesthesia and the painkiller stuff. I was flying, y'all. Like, I realized some stuff happening the next day, but not so much that day. Which is probably for the best. I mean, they did cut a huge hole in the side of my head. A couple days later, feeling a little more up and around and moving. I talked to Dana. I think I'm going to send some books in to get graded. Here's a preview. In fact, let's talk about some of those books. Obviously, I'm still really early in my recovery because you have no idea how much energy it took just to get in this position to talk to you guys. But I want to show you the books I'm going to be sending in. So the first three I kind of already showed you earlier, which is going to be, oh, Shadow. Incredible Hulk number 180, the first appearance of Wolverine and Cameo. Incredible Hulk 181, first full appearance of Wolverine in that famous cover. And Incredible Hulk number 182, the third appearance of Wolverine and Cameo, and the first appearance of Hammer and Anvil. So the catch with these books is 181, I'll show you in a sec, it's actually missing the Marvel value stamp, which they put a lot of the value on the book, whether it has that stamp or not, because without it, it's considered incomplete. Which is why I'm actually submitting my books to CBCS. Not only do I like their cases and capsules a lot better, I think they grade harsher, which is, I think, better for the overall quality of the book. But if I were to send it to CGC, which, yes, gives you more of a return on your investment as far as, like, the pedigree goes, but they'll give it that hated green label because they say it's qualified because it's missing that Marvel value stamp. Me as a collector, I don't put... So the Marvel value stamp was actually put in the book and designed to be cut out and for the people that own the book to use. So I'm never going to fault the book for missing it. Now my 180 has the Marvel value stamp, no problem. And it's actually good quality. In fact, let's talk about what I think the grades are going to be. For the Incredible Hulk 180, I think that's going to be a 4.5 to a 5. The only real issue with the book, with the age of it and everything, there's one fold crease across the front that's color breaking. I think that knocks it down from like 7.5 contention down to like a 4.5 to a 5. My opinion, I'm not trained on this. This is just me completely guessing and speculating. The 182, yes, I skipped the 181. We'll come back to that. The 182 I think is higher. I think I'm going to get probably a 7.5 to an 8 on that one. Okay? So the 182 I think is going to be a 7.5 to an 8. The 181, if I get a 2, I'll be very happy. But it's going to be a 2, obviously, with that Marvel value stamp missing. Now, I've read some things online with CBCS that says as soon as it's missing the Marvel value stamp, it drops to a 1.5 to a 1.8 automatically. But I've seen 2.5 to 3s for sale on eBay and other outlets saying they're missing the Marvel value stamp also from CBCS. So I don't think that grade part is 100% true. But I figured if I'm going to send books in to get graded, I might as well send in a few books. So let me show you the other 3 I'm sending in. So I've been meaning to send this in for a while. It's my New Mutants 98, first appearance of Deadpool. I mean, granted, with the new Deadpool Wolverine movie that's now 3 months old in theaters, this book saw another resurgence, but I've seen this book go as high as, $1,500, $2,000 for like a 9.6, 9.8. If I had to put a grade on mine, I'm gonna say 9.2. It's got nice white to off-white pages inside, but it's got sharp corners. I think it's a good quality book. I'm gonna say 9 to 9.2, but 9.2 is what I'm expecting. Next is Amazing Spider-Man 252. This is the first appearance of the black suit in the ASM canon. And this book, I think, is beginning as much traction lately as our next book. And this one, I think I'm going to get, again, I'm going to say a 9.2. Actually, I'm going to say on that one, 8.5 to a 9. Just because if I remember looking incorrectly, the pages could have been in a little bit better shape. So I'm going to say 8.5 to 9. But this one is the one that a lot of people are talking about right now with Avengers Secret Wars on the docket to be made in the MCU. It's the first appearance of Spider-Man in the black suit. We also have the new Venom Last Dance coming out. They just announced they're going to have Null in there, which is, the big bad Venom bad guy, villain. So I think we're going to see this book start going up again. And this book I did pick up at my trip to Oregon. And I don't know how well you can see here, but I bought it from I Like Comics, who really pride themselves on their grading of the comics. The owner, he tells you, oh, I was trained by the people that started CGC. Well, I've purchased 3 books from them, sent all 3 in for grading, and 2 came back as lower grades than they predicted. 1 came back spot on. This one, they were saying it's a 9.2. And when I was there looking through it, I wanted the reds on the front to be a little sharper, but I actually 100% agree with the assessment of 9.2 on that one. So let's send these in and see what we get. So what is it going to cost for me to grade all 6 of these books? Well, the Hulk books are pre-1975, so they're considered classic book or vintage books. For the minimum tier, it's $40 per book. Now, you can pay more for a quicker turnaround time, but I'm going to get my books back either way. Whatever, I'll pay the $40 instead of the $60 per book. The other books, they are from 1976 to 2001. So those books are $24 a piece. They're considered modern books, but not brand new. And new books are $22 a book. For a $2 difference, just keep them the same, but that's just my humble opinion. But that includes grading, encapsulation, and you're going to pay for shipping there and shipping back. So for all 6 of those books, it's actually $192. I think once it's graded, if I get back that 1.5 to 2, I can immediately ask for minimum $1,500 to $2,000 for it. Am I going to do that? No, because I bought it because I want it in my collection. But if something were to happen, for instance, sorry not to get dark on you guys, but that's the kind of the premise of these videos. When we didn't know exactly what was going on with my surgery, and to be fair, we still don't know 100% of what's going on, I talked to some friends to make sure if something were to happen to me, that they would help Dana, my wife, sell my collection, to help out with whatever they need to help out with. So that's the reason I'm doing this. One, for protection and longevity as far as protection goes. If someday, like, I shut off this mortal coil and my kids decide to sell my books, or my wife decides to sell my books, it's a lot easier because they can say, nope, here's what it is and here's the comps, instead of just everybody guessing or giving their best evaluation on the book based on their knowledge or based on their on what's in it for them, their benefits. So that's the other reason I do this. And I just think they present really well. The first thing I'm going to do is transition this from this case into a bag and board. Now, there's a couple things I'm doing with that. There's going to be 2 boards in there, because right now I have a clear backing board on here, which is great for presentation and everything. But for shipping, I'm going to put 2 boards in there to stabilize it. And then all the books are going to get, well, really, really securely packed. But let me get this open up. And if you've never used these Ultra Pro cases, I freaking love them. Magnetically close, really secure. If you're not gonna get your books graded or encapsulated that way, these are 100% the way to go. These are the ones I use in my transition for my books that I think are really awesome and valuable that I haven't got graded yet. Or if I don't plan on getting graded, they just go in here. You know, it's funny, I actually jumped into Instagram to get some info that I wanted to share with you guys. Our friends over at Blue Chip Comics, where I got my La Masa 40 from, they're actually selling this book right now. It's an 8.5, which is way better value than mine, and their asking price is just about $6,000. So just to give you an idea, like, even on a lower grade, I think this was a good investment. Well, and the information I wanted to share with you is actually comic book related again. If you remember a while back, we actually did a review of comic capsules, speaking of like the Ultra Pro loaders and everything else. I did receive a message, I won't show you the message verbatim, but from Comic Capsule, they're asking me to make a few corrections to my review, which normally I would not do this. My review is my review because it's my opinion. However, I think they made reasonable requests and a valid point, because I did it based on my books and everything else. And the corrections they want me to make is, because I said in there you can't fit a normal bag and board inside the capsule with it, which you can, but you know, they did point out that I was using a larger size dimension, which I do to help protect corners and everything. So they said it can fit a bag and board as long as it's 6 7/8 bag and 6 3/4 board. Also, they are stackable and UV protected. And they did thank me for taking my time and reviewing it and everything else. And it wasn't a sponsor review or anything else. I bought, in fact, everything I have, I bought. So I'm not beholden to anybody to give, you know, their wanted opinions. I gave my honest opinion. I like them. Do I use it? Yes, I have a book in there right now. It's just, I think what it costs for that book, or for that capsule, I just can't see myself buying a lot of them. What I think I do want to do, I would like to get a few more at some point, and those would be my travel cases. So if I'm out and about comic hunting, like when I bought this initially, I had it in a regular bag and board and inside of one of my black comic keepers. I think those comic capsules to me would be perfect for when I travel to these conventions. I can put them in there and they're mostly protected. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. I appreciated them reaching out. I appreciated them, you know, giving me some feedback. Is my overall opinion changed? No, I still think they're good quality. I personally prefer the Ultra Pro loaders, but then again, I've only had the one comic capsule from them. I don't know, guys, reach out again. Maybe we'll talk and see if we can try to do something with them. Like I was saying, I want to transition this book from this bag and board to a regular bag and board just with 2 backing boards. But I do just want to show you this bag too. I got this from our friend Eric over at Presidio Comics. I don't know the brand, but they actually make them where they seal off longer, so if you were to drop it or ding it, it's actually reinforced sides as not to damage the book. And what I like about these too is the adhesive is attached to the bag itself and it's resealable, but the adhesive's here, so there's no chance of getting like tape stuck. And like I said, it's a clear bag and board, which is really nice as well. Like I said, this book I think presents really well. It has some wear along the spine, but it has the original staples. Everything on there is really good and complete. Like I said, the only thing that will bring it down is I think if it did have the Marvel value stamp, we'd be looking at a 5.5 to a 6. But there's our missing Marvel value stamp. But they also took out a huge chunk of the page, so I don't know if that would qualify as a page missing or not. But other than that, the book is in exceptional condition, especially for the price I paid. So holler at you, my buddy Tim, for making me such a great deal on this book. There we have it, double boarded bag. I just have to seal it. And if you're new to the hobby, I'm gonna give you guys a nickel's worth of advice for free. Use painter's tape to close the books. Because even if that were to get stuck to the book, it's less likely to do damage than clear tape. So seal your bags and boards with blue painter's tape, like this. The more you know. All packed and ready to be shipped. I did pack it extra tight inside because, as we saw, those comics, I don't want them to get damaged at all if I can avoid it. And also, I just recently discovered Lunch Money Comics. I really enjoy this channel. If you haven't watched it yet, this seems like a really good dude who's really into the hobby. So yeah, this one and Swaggle are in my rotations. Just dropped stuff off at FedEx a little while ago. So I learned something today, which, if this is true, I have not been getting right information for years. So the books I showed you earlier, we dropped off to ship out. She asked me what they were, and I said, oh, they're comic books. She's like, okay. These are a declared value. I said, yeah, I would like to insure them for $2,500. And she goes, we only insure collectibles up to $1,000. I've shipped a lot of stuff off to be graded. And every time they said, oh, what's in there? Oh, comics, and I'd like to insure them for $1,500, $2,000, whatever it is. Always above $1,000. And she said, nope, it's always been $1,000. So every time I've done it, when I say, yeah, $1,500, they go, okay. And I just take it that they insured it. Apparently that's not been the case. And she gave me some wild prices for shipping. And I was like, no. So it was like $109 to get it there by Monday. Today is Saturday. And then she said $72 for Tuesday by 5 o'clock. No. Or 10 o'clock in the morning. She goes, or just by Tuesday for $28. I was like, yeah, let's go for Tuesday by $28. But they're shipped. Now it's going to keep an eye on them. I'll let y'all know when they actually arrived.
What? Why?
My comic books.
What comic books?
The ones I just mailed.
Oh.
There you go. So here's the other thing. Hopefully I mailed them to the right place. I do this every time, so I know it's the right place. I send them to the address that's on the top of my invoice. But it said on there, make sure you mail them to this. And I was like, okay, that's on the paperwork. 99% sure it's the right place, but we'll find out. But I do this every single time. Dana's like, oh God. And we did go have lunch with Dana's parents and the boys' cousins. So that was nice. Of course, now some of the stuff we learned about my health. I can't eat all the stuff I used to. So I had adult chicken nuggets. I'm sorry, boneless wings. And just so we're all on the same page, I'm not wearing my hat like this to be cool. It's the only way I can wear it without it hurting my ear.
Hello.
My hair is really gross right now. But this is actually my Avengers hat I got last time that I thought I would like a lot more than I actually do, but it actually works well in this situation. Is that a rainbow friend?
Yeah.
Hello, rainbow friend. I now know what rainbow friends are because of Henry. They're creepy. And that's how we submit books to CBCS, and that was my surgery update. So thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. If you like theme park content, comic book stuff, general everyday travels with the family, we're the channel for you. If not, I don't know. Hey Henry, should they go watch videos on like Rainbow Friends? Yeah. Thanks for watching. Let's take another ride again soon. I think we're actually going to film another video right now. Here's a preview. The Spirit of Halloween store.